what we should be buying. There's an overabundance of row homes and single-family homes and townhomes and condos and all that garbage. I don't care what it is. Residential properties, there's a massive amount of inventory out there. That means we can get a great deal on it. Now, my heart is in commercial real estate. That's what I want to be doing. That fuels my ego. I love being involved in big multi-million-dollar projects and going around like a big shot. But the truth is, that's not what I should be doing today. I should be doing what the market is telling me to do, and the market is telling me to buy houses. So that's what I'm doing. Now, so I'm going to take what the market's giving me. I love commercial real estate, but I'm still looking at it, and I'm always looking for deals. But I'm not going to make a big commercial move unless I'm absolutely sure that it's a safe deal. So what am I doing? Almost everybody out there today is chasing these foreclosures. Okay, when somebody stops paying their mortgage, next thing you know is there's 50 different, direct marketing brochures being stuffed in their mailbox, and people driving around their houses like sharks, like circles around their houses. Okay, I don't mind picking up foreclosures and whatnot, but I'm really not spending my time there going after those kind of properties. And the reason I'm not is because so many people already are. I don't want to have a lot of competition. There's so many houses out there. So when you go after foreclosures, you're going after people who you're dealing with desperation. I'd rather deal with motivation. I like motivation better than desperation. So what I'm doing is I kind of figured out, in my own opinion, that for everybody who has a foreclosure, there's just as many people who aren't in foreclosure who want to get rid of their house, but they can't because there's so much damn inventory out there. They don't want to put their house up for sale and have, when there's already 12 of them on their street for sale, and they don't want to deal with realtors and all these people marching through their house, so they simply don't get in the game. There's many more people, in my opinion, more than the people in foreclosure, that are just sitting on the sidelines because they can't sell their home. So those are the people that I'm going after. I told you that I'm going to show you a way to do it without using your own cash and without using banks. All right? Every legitimate guru in this country will tell you to stay away from banks right now. After what we've seen them do to people, okay? With the personal guarantees and taking the houses, and not only taking the house that they invested in, but taking any other damn thing that they can take from you. There are many other ways to buy houses today, and in the 2020 vision, we're going to get into that. So I'm not using banks. I've used banks for almost everything I've done in my life, but right now I'm not. And I'm sure that I'm going to do more deals with banks, but conventional deals, forget that. It's dead. 20% down, talking to a bank, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm going to show you what I'm doing now. I'm not calling agents off the MLS either, because the kind of creative financing techniques that I'm using today, these agents just don't get it. I'm an agent, okay? I love real estate agents. Okay, but they just don't get it. They don't understand what some of the techniques are that I'm going to talk about tonight. So I'm not going to waste my time calling these people and trying to explain to them about some of the advanced strategies that I want to use today. So what am I really buying? Okay, I'm buying houses that are not for sale. That's what I'm buying. The 2020 vision is buying houses that are not for sale. You've got to find these people. They're right there. They ain't that hard to find. Deals are falling off the trees like ripe apples. All you got to do is get a basket, walk onto the tree, and pick them up. Okay? Pick a neighborhood that you like. All right? You're gonna have a lot of houses. Say you got a development with a couple hundred houses. All right, 400 or 500 houses in a development. I'm sure there's gonna be 20 of them that are on the MLS right now. I'm not bothering with them. And there may be another 10 or 15 that are coming that aren't paying their mortgages and they show up on some kind of pre-foreclosure list or whatever. I'm not bothering those people either. I'm going after all the rest of the people. The ones you don't know about that aren't on the MLS, that don't have a sign on their lawn, that aren't in foreclosure, okay? So we're going to talk about how to find them. We're going to do it by direct marketing. So I've got several ways that I'm finding these people. I got the free way, I got the almost free way. The free way is networking. I go to meetings all the time. I tell everybody I meet about what I'm doing, okay? What am I doing? I'm buying houses. I'm buying houses. You know anybody wants to sell their house? Tell them to come to me. I buy houses. I never did that in my career. Never did that. I used to see those guys years ago with the "We Buy Houses" sign. I used to think, Well, that's clever and everything, but you know, I'm a big shot. I'm buying commercial real estate, okay? Now I'm doing the same thing those guys are doing, because it's stick a sign on your car, and people are going to call you, and you're going to make some beautiful deals. I'll tell you about them tonight. I talk to everybody. I tell everybody I meet what I do. Here's my business card. Have you heard I wrote a book? Have you checked out my web TV show? Did you know I buy houses? If you know anybody selling their house, you got to use your personality. Open your mouth. Tell people what you're doing. If you search the internet, there are real estate deals in places you wouldn't even imagine. There are tons of websites. Here's just a couple of them. Craigslist. I mean, you can buy houses off of Craigslist. You buy houses off of eBay. You can buy houses off of auction.com. There are FSBOs advertising, for sale by owner, all over the internet. You just got to look for them. All right? I didn't even believe it until I started looking for them, how many of them are there. There's so many of them, I don't even care about the competition. I don't sit around worrying like, what if those people at Thursday night become my competition? So what? There's so many of them. Who cares? Here's something I do. I love to do. I call it driving for dollars. I take a neighborhood that I'd like to own a property in, preferably something that's near where I live. And I happen to live in Middle Bucks County, and there's certain pockets up there that are perfect for the kind of properties I like to buy. I like to buy properties that are when the properties are fixed up, the values of those buildings are $250,000 or less. That's really what I'm focusing on. Nothing too big and crazy, okay? Let's just try to acquire as many of them as we can. And I buy a lot of stuff in the 150, 160, 170 range. When I'm done fixing it up, it's worth about $250, and I'll buy that stuff all day long, okay? Every 4 deals is $1 million. And $1 million gets me 1/12 closer to being on that beach with my $12 million portfolio. Okay, when you're driving for dollars, what do? You drive around a neighborhood that you like, and when you see a house that looks run down, you write down the address. You stick something in the door. When you see one that the grass isn't cut, when you see one that the snow isn't shoveled, when you see one that looks like no one cares about it, I don't care if it's a duplex or a single-family home or a townhome or a row, who cares? If it looks like no one's taking care of it, there's a possibility of something happening there. So write down the address, stick something in the door, and then I go back and I put it on what I call a drip list. I write down all the addresses, I put them on a drip list, and a drip list just gets part of our direct marketing. Every month we throw something at them. We drip them, we drip them, we drip them, we drip them. We keep bothering them until they sell us their house. And sometimes when you knock on the doors and you want to, you see a house, you think somebody might home, we knock on the doors. Jeremy and I do it all the time. We knock on the doors. And people say, well, what are you doing? What are you guys selling? We're not selling anything. We're not salesmen. We're buyersmen. We're buying. We want to buy your house. So have some fun with it. Here's a great tip. Great tip. If you better write this one down if you're writing something down. Mailman. Have you ever pulled over and asked a mailman, hey, are there any houses in this neighborhood, vacant houses, that you think maybe we could buy? You won't believe it. You talk to these guys. I'm telling you right now, if you do it, when you ask a mailman this question, you better be ready like this. Because not only does he know every damn vacant house in that neighborhood, he knows the addresses off the top of his head. He's going to say, 123 Oak Lane is vacant because there's been a divorce. 273 Maple is vacant. It's vacant because the guy didn't pay his mortgage and he walked away last week. He knows everything. The mailman knows all. All you got to do is ask. If you're in the car with him and the mailman is nearby, you better have your seatbelt on. Because he locks up the brakes and jumps out to go talk to the mailman. All right? We get the greatest leads. Okay, you could drive for dollars for hours. The mailman can tell you everything you want to know. All you got to do is ask him. We make friends with the mailman. I mean, we offer them income. Like, if you give us a lead, it turns into a deal. We'll give you something, The more mailmen you know, the better. In fact, we should just go to the damn post office and stop driving around.
Seminar.
Yeah.
How to supplement your government income.
Yeah. We got to do that, man. We got to do that. I know one mailman, he actually delivers to Executech Suites. I ask him all the time. I said, when the hell are you going to give me a lead? He's the only mailman I know who won't tell me anything. I said, what do you want? You want me to pay you in advance? I'll do it. Give me some damn leads. I know you know where those vacancies are. The Almost Freeway. You can advertise, any form of advertising you want. Let people know you buy houses. Your car signs, business cards, flyers. You should have flyers that say, we buy houses, we're buying houses in your neighborhood. Because once you have these flyers with you, you're going to start sticking them in places. And then keep track of bandit signs, if people put them all over the city. We have like a buyer's list. Okay?
What is a bandit sign?
They call it because they're illegal. That's
So you put them up in the middle of the night. You put 'em up.
We buy houses. They're all over the telephone poles.
No. It's bandit because we put them up and these bandits take them down.
Yeah. There's a reason they call them bandit signs, and it ain't because they're legal.
You gotta look over your shoulder while you
So
put them
those
up.
signs we buy houses are illegal?
Well,
If anytime you're driving down a
Sign
main
words.
street and you see a sign 14 feet up in the air, no matter what it is, if it doesn't, it might say we buy houses, it might say Joe the painter, it doesn't matter what it says.
It's a
You're not allowed-
littering violation.
Yeah, you're not allowed to do that. Okay.
it's a sign ordinance.
That doesn't mean we don't do it. We not only we do it, we recommend that you do.
Just make sure you get a paid per phone, just nobody can track you.
Yeah.
You know, the other thing is having a little red stamp that says approved, and you stamp that on the top of it sometimes helps.
Some of that goofy stuff works, you know.
What was the thing we put on today? The highest cash.
We wrote a cash offer for a property last night.
There's multiple
And
offers
we
coming in.
hand wrote across the top, best cash offer. We were hoping that they got 50 of them on the table and someone sees it and goes, oh, I guess the boss wrote this. This must be the right one. What are they going to do? They're going to call you up and go, we're mad at you for doing that? I mean, have fun in this business. Have a good time. When you do stuff like that, it breaks up an otherwise dull day, doesn't it? So we have a good time. We have a lot of laughs getting rich in the real estate business. It's a great business to be in. All right, so I'm going to talk a little bit about, I dropped my direct marketing, right? I talked to my mailman. My direct marketing says, we buy houses, call me. Now these people have called me, okay? And what am I going to do? I'm going to pre-screen them on the phone, but I don't do too much of that because I'm really marketing to a small geographic area very close to where I live. So it is no big deal for me to hop in a car and go meet the guy. I think I'm much more effective in person than I am on the phone. So I want to go see the guy. Hey, what are you doing? Are you available? I'd like to come talk to you, see your house. So you go talk to him. And then good salespeople, even though I'm a buysman, good salespeople extract information from the other person by asking questions, not by talking. I'm talking a lot tonight because you people came to find out if I know anything worth knowing. But when I'm in front of a client, I don't talk hardly at all. I ask questions. Why are you selling your house? What do you think your house is worth? What do you owe on the house? Very critical. We're going to get into why that's important. How much money would you need to, make whatever goal it is that you have possible? Maybe the guy says, I want to sell my house because I want to move to Florida. Really? Right away. How much money do you need in order to make such a move? That's important. We're going to talk about why in a minute. You have to get these kind of information from these people. Find out what it is that's going to make them happy, and then give them what they want, okay? While getting what you want at the same time. All right, so how do we do that? Let's just say, for example, that the person I'm talking to says that they have a free and clear house. I say, do you have a mortgage on this house? And they say, no, this house is free and clear. What's the percentage of free and clear homes in Philadelphia?
It's probably like probably high 30s, 30-something.
Last number I heard, I thought it was low 30s. It was like 32%.
30-something, yeah.
Okay, basically 1/3. 1/3 of every house you talk to, they don't have a mortgage. If you haven't done seller financing, you're missing out on one of the greatest opportunities in the residential world. And you can have a lot of fun with this. You can make a lot of money. Okay, really, you have a free and clear house. Start talking to the people about would they be. They understand that banks aren't lending money, and banks certainly aren't lending money to invest.